Lifespan, Why We Age and Why We Don't Have to, is a book by David Sinclair, PhD, a professor at the Department of Genetics, Harvard Medical School. The book presents Sinclair's new theory for why we age, and how, by attempting to solve this process, we can achieve increased longevity and healthier lifespans for all. Sinclair sees aging as a disease. He states that the hallmarks of aging, a variety of changes within our cells that causes a lot of host diseases such as Alzheimer's, dementia, gray hair, and wrinkly skin, are all in fact potential consequences of a single illness, aging itself, for which he believes he has discovered a sole reason for why we age. Sinclair presents the information theory of aging, stating that aging is simply a result of loss of information within our bodies. Information is stored in two forms within our cells. On the one hand, digitally, as DNA, which is the underlying instructions of our bodies consisting of genes, and on the other hand, analog information in the form of the epigenome. Epigenome is a complex structure within our cells which dictates what genes within that DNA turn on and off, hence dictating what type the cell actually ends up being. It is the damage to the epigenome and the loss of this analog information, which is controlling our DNA structures, that Sinclair believes causes the aging and all of the associated issues. This damage happens gradually over time for reasons such as DNA breakages. There are 2 trillion per day due to cell replication, as well as exposure to radiation from the sun and small amounts of gamma rays present on Earth. This is a natural certainty for us all. Sinclair suggests that stressors, activities that can put healthy amounts of stress upon our bodies, can help stimulate information recovery within the epigenome by triggering the activity of specific genes which can help repair the epigenome structure. These stressor activities include, number 1, vegetable-based diets or diets with less meat and more fresh food instead of processed. Second of all, intermittent fasting, 8-hour eating windows, or limiting calorie intake on certain days. Alternatively, you can participate in a calorie-restricted diet, eating 10% to 20% less. Number 3, on occasion, such as once per fortnight, going with significantly reduced protein intake for a day. Number 4, participating in exercise. The equivalent of 30 minutes jogging 5 days per week results in around 10 years younger health indicators. Regarding exercises, high-intensity training is the best by far, getting the heart rate up in short and sharp intervals. It is important to note that sedentary lives could be as bad as smoking. And number 5, experiencing cold exposure, such as jumping in plunge pools, and heat exposure, such as jumping in saunas. There are also activities to avoid, which put undue pressure on our DNA integrity and hence our epigenomes. These activities include smoking, consuming highly polluted air, consuming food from microwave plastics, consuming products high in solvents, such as cured meats and beer, and exposure to radiation, including airport security scanners. Sinclair also discusses the prospect of future medicines being able to stimulate our sirtuins and other longevity genes, helping strengthen our epigenomes. He mentions that there are currently supplements that could potentially help. It's important to note that there isn't much scientific evidence here as of yet, but Sinclair mentions that he is taking 1 gram of the supplement NMN and 1 gram of resveratrol per day. With improved understanding of the impact our lifestyles have and improved medicines, Sinclair believes that we can extend people's number of healthy years. The current believed capacity for human years is 120. This may be surpassed if future advances really do completely exceed our reasonable expectations. The book finalizes with a discussion of should we aim to extend lifespans. There is an argument that it will lead to further burdens on the Earth's resources, as well as society and the economy. Yet Sinclair argues that increasing the number of productive and healthy years an individual can have will improve prosperity and reduce the overall burden on the world that comes with age and all the associated symptoms. Sinclair's view is that aging is certainly a horrible disease that affects us all. He believes no one who dies of old age dies with dignity, nor do they truly go peacefully, and so we have a moral obligation to seek to improve on this frontier, and as a result, it may lead to increased prosperity for all. This has been a short summary of Lifespan, Why We Age and Why We Don't Have to by David Sinclair.